Initiation, connection, relation, direction. The Cardinal cross. The wind is picking up. Si alza el vento. The energy available is exhilarating. I have been feeling quite excited and motivated by the upcoming cardinal alignments. The winter solstice, the new moon at 1 degree Capricorn, a T square with Jupiter at 0 degrees Aries and Ceres at 1 degree Libra, all within hours of each other. The sun and the moon at gate or hexagram 10, the earth at gate hexagram 15, Jupiter at gate hexagram 25, and Ceres gate hexagram 46. Expansive new initiatives that reconnect to our integrity and are grounded in Gaia's wisdom, creating clarity and nourishing how we can relate and dedicate ourselves to other persons, situations, or things in a state of wonder and pure elegance. Do trust and align with the direction where your highest intention of self and unconditional love can be fulfilled. This is an incredible beginning that will lead to an auspicious spring with infinite possibilities for deep transformation. The sun at gate 10 takes the courage to turn love into a true relationship with oneself's needs, becoming an example of radical behavior, a code infused within the frequency of oneness. The earth at gate 15 grounds the energy into one's own and authentic rhythm. Its magnetism aligns with the vibratory heart of Gaia. Ceres at gate 46 represents a devoted mother that nourishes our connection to others and especially to the embodiment of this experience. Jupiter at gate 25 accepts and dares to be living open-heartedly while experiencing and expanding a discovery moment by moment. Time cycles. The last time Jupiter entered Aries was in June 2010. It did it with a bang. Uranus and the moon joined at 0 degrees, and the decade of fake it till you make it was born. Hashtag social media became the incubator where pretense was number one currency. Alas, only one side of the relationship could be seen, giving false expectations of what needed to be integrated. The false sense of sense was mirrored into a screen where the drama was equivalent to trauma, and we fell deeper into a complete disconnection from our essential needs. My dearest friend Thomas says that from now on it should be called the conscious media. As we educate ourselves further with tools that advocate clarity of intent and resolutions that will embrace a sustainable emotional ecology, thus creating a state of awareness while our relational values are based on accountability. Currently, Uranus is in a semi-square, 45 degrees, of the zero Aries point it reached back in 2010. At 15 degrees Taurus, however irritating it might be, the energy is also motivating. Anything stagnant always ends up in decay. Monetary systems and values are steering the roots and slowly opening the doors of perception into a more conscious and wholesome way to relate with what we consider valuable and what we need to survive as a species. The last time Jupiter entered Aries at 0 degrees, it had recently conjunct Neptune in Pisces in early 1856. Uranus was also in Taurus, and Pluto was in early Taurus. The nodal axis was in Aries Libra. In August 1857, the North Node conjunct Neptune, and a financial panic was created. Slavery and popular sovereignty. Read the period leading to a presidential election in 1856, which saw the political factions that drove the country's policies into the midst of a massive realignment. A whole Jupiter and Neptune cycle of 166 years has ended today, December 20th, 2022, with 2 full Uranus cycles. The Panic of 1857 was a financial panic in the United States caused by the declining international economy of overexpansion of the domestic economy. Because of the invention of the telegraph by Samuel F. Morse in 1844, the Panic of 1857 was the first financial crisis to spread rapidly throughout the United States. In March 2025, we will have the same aspect and Saturn will be close by. I feel a new monetary system that relates to the pure mathematics can thrive. It is already here, and one only needs to be educated in its full potential, for it requires courage, education, time, and trust in oneself. The system is based on an algorithm, a peer-to-peer exchange, where the middleman is out of a job and the cost of handling can be reinvested sustainably. Isn't it ironic that Bitcoin has taught me more about money than all these years I've spent working for financial institutions, including starting my career as a central bank? This was written by Aaron TAYCC on Twitter. Some people even go as far as to attribute the general ignorance of these topics to systematic, willful ignorance, while history, physics, biology, math, and languages are all part of our education. The world of money and finance, surprisingly, is only explored superficially, if at all. I wonder if people will still be willing to accrue as much debt as they currently do if everyone will be educated in personal finance and the workings of money and debt. Then I wonder how many layers of aluminum make an effective tinfoil hat. Probably three. They're GG. Those crashes, these bailouts, are not accidents, and neither it is an accident that there is no financial education in school. It is premeditated. Just as prior to the Civil War, it was illegal to educate a slave, we're not allowed to learn about money in school. Robert Kiyosaki. Initiation, following the natural cycles of existence. Fia Lux. The desire to evolve is what instinctively moves Uranus, the fatherly heaven, to the fertility of Mother Earth Gaia. The desire to manifest within a feeling between creation and reception conceives a child, a human full of feeling and imagination that will in turn learn to integrate the 3 points, the polarities into a third way. The law of numbers, which is universal and exact, provides a way to embrace this potential. To Pythagoras, the whole universe is composed of harmony and numbers. The beginning, archi, was the first principle in the world and manifested as numbers and the laws underlying them, the ultimate substance of all things, material and immaterial. Numbers can exist both as objects that can be accounted for and also as purely abstract formulating principles. To disseminate and conceal their teachings about this, the Pythagoreans swore their oaths and synthesized their ideas into one symbol. The sacred tetractys, fourness. For them, it was the very expression of divinity, the image of the created and eternal realms. It represents a perfect and exemplary reduction of the numerical to the spatial and of the arithmetical to the geometrical. Each side of this triangle is formed by 4 points in its center. There stands a sole point, unity, from which all other numbers are generated. Giuseppe Chidenmi. The mathematiki and the acousmatiki, the learners and the listeners. My aim is not to incite panic, fear, or any splashy emotion. On the contrary, while we observe the cycles, we can prepare by being curious about diverse ways that we can educate in the subject of money and values. Bottom line, education to lead forth and bring out. How to initiate and ignite small revolutions. One doesn't have to be burning the house down. It can be like, what can you do today that is different from yesterday, that makes you feel liberated? What incites you to feel free and explore? Humanity's response. We respond mindfully with our emotional body. We can hold space and allow the energy to integrate in the now moment. We are also reactive when unaware and get triggered by those things we can't accept. Going forward with less resistance will allow the sail to dance in companion with the wind, navigating unknown waters. The energy is shifting, so knowing beforehand what to expect gives us a clue on how we could respond to the wave that is coming. The archetypes show the patterns, and when certain planets are placed in certain areas, these energies get activated, also allowing this availability to respond in awareness. Saturn will enter emotional Pisces in the spring, where boundaries are dissolved between illusion and delusion, creating a deeper connection to the source, a possibility to manifest from the highest vibrational frequency. Uranus, still in Taurus, keeps breaking through materiality in shocking waves. Pluto in Capricorn, last degrees, confronts and eliminates the toxic stagnation of ongoing tyranny of all kinds of institutions. Pluto will enter briefly into Aquarius this spring, a tiny glimpse of what the following 2 decades could feel like. A deep transformation shifting timelines and confusion over trusting technology before trusting one's ability to be sovereign could lead to even more disembodiment and detachment, even more trauma. Where not being aligned with nature makes artificial intelligence like gods from a place of fear. Get acquainted with your emotional needs before jumping into the metaverse, and by the way, understand its full implications. Happy holidays, y'all. I'm leaving you with a song from Giovanotti, Lorenzo Cherubini with Bombino. This is a beautiful song. I think it was done at the end of 2014. And just reading the translation is in Italian originally. So it's called the translation. It's "The wind is speaking up. The wind is speaking up. We need to live. There's not even time to reflect. Have you heard? Another man looked back. He gave up. Just when there was just a few meters left, the wind is picking up. If you look outside, you'll see the trees shaking. I'm going to pick you up. Let's go all the way to our best mistake, in the deserts and in the parks that are emptying out, in the open seas, and among the crowd and the faces that get all mixed up. The slaves, the pyramids, the plagues, and the promises, the night that lights up with whispered words. The game rooms are thundering. You can hear it from outside too. Let's get away from here to see what that at the bottom of the hearts of ours. The wind is picking up. We need to live. The wind is picking up. We need to live day and night, falling in love with an amazing idea, the rock and roll. The freedom that was under the tables when we were kids, those things that we say to each other and then let go. For instance, try to really do what you wanted. The slaves, the pyramids, the plagues, and the promises. The night that lights up with whispered words. The game rooms are thundering. You can hear it from outside too. Let's get inside and see what's there at the bottom of this heart of ours. The wind is picking up. We need to live. The wind is picking up. We need to live. Try to live.